Hey guys, welcome back. And today we're going to take a look at the REIN light, and specifically we're going to talk about the battery jack and why that feature exists. Let's get right to it. First thing I'm going to do here is get the rifle out of the way. And yeah, let's dig in. So when you first get your REIN light, the first thing that you're going to have to do is take it out of the box and get this battery jack set up. So here's how we're going to go about that. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take your head off, and then you'll take your tail off. So when you do that, this is going to look very different from a traditional weapon light. When you look straight down through the battery body, you're going to see that orange battery jack feature in there. And the first thing you need to know about that is honestly why it exists, and then how it works and how it works for you. So what we did here is when we built this light, we had to solve a problem that happens inside of other weapon lights, which is battery bounce and motion under recoil. So when you step back and you say, hey, I'm going to design a weapon light, we're going to do it from the ground up, and this thing is built to live on a rifle, you have to address that mechanically speaking. So the battery jack does that. And just to show you a difference here, the reason for this is not all 18650s are created equal in terms of length and power for that matter. So the battery we supply is a little bit shorter. So this is a Samsung 30Q battery. It's a very powerful battery. It's got a lot of energy potential in it. It performs fantastic in these lights, and we choose it for a reason. It's an unprotected cell. Very safe in ours. We've got all sorts of protections built in, so we don't worry about that at all. But if you choose to use a protected cell, it's going to be a little bit longer. And in order to support batteries of varying lengths, we needed to have a system that was adjustable. And not only does it have to be adjustable, it also has to be able to be hardened against that recoil. So that's what the battery jack does. So to get her set up, you're going to take your battery, you're going to drop it in. And first thing you're going to do before you put the tail on is you're going to put the head on. So we're conducting electricity through the body into the head. And so you need that head to seat very, very well. So you're just going to tighten it down until you hit a wall. When you do that, out of the box, you're going to find that that light rattles. And that's fine. Now, again, if you put a longer battery in there, it wouldn't rattle as much, right? So this is what the battery jack does. It's a tensioning device, kind of acts as a jam nut. So you're just going to tighten it down with your finger until that battery doesn't rattle anymore, until you hit a wall. We use our finger to do this. You can also use a 5.56 round. You can use a 7.62 round. We don't recommend any hard tools or anything. You can't damage the battery jack. And this is not something you're going to torque down very tight at all. It's just a tensioning device. So again, just use your finger until it gets tight. And at that point, that battery cannot move. It's absolutely isolated in space there. So once that's tight, then you can put your tail cap on. And again, this is just out of the box function test and just to kind of get acclimated to the features. So you put your tail cap on, make sure the tail cap body is tight, and then make sure the tail cap itself is tight. And then you'll function test. So momentary and constant. And if you have a remote and the complete kit, not everybody does, but if you choose this option, you can also test the momentary feature there and then the constant feature. So that is how you set up the battery jack. Check out all the features of the REIN light, read in more detail, and we will see you next time.